You know, there's a special feeling you can get from movies and physical media. That feeling when you hear a release date, an announcement, and before you've even finished reading the description, you already know that you are buying it. No reviews needed, no waiting on a sale, just take my money right now. That feeling is what physical media and movies are all about. And today, I want to share the releases that gave me that feeling this year. So pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, now before we get into it, a little context for any new people who might not have been here when I started the channel almost 2 years ago. But when I first started, I did physical media constantly. Yes, I had lists and stuff like that, but I focused on physical media, 4K reviews, deep dives into the quality, all of those things, because I worked in film restoration. I make movies. That's what I do, and I love movies. That feeling that movies on physical media gave us, going all the way back to the 80s in the video rental stores and all of those things. But today, as we get ready to cross 50,000 subscribers together, less than 2 years later, I wanted to bring you back to the main channel for one video. Yes, now I mostly just do lists and essays and nostalgic deep dives and scene studies and all those kind of things that we love so much. But I wanted to talk just one more time about physical media. Now, normally I do this over on my Patreon, but today we are doing it right here. So let's go. These are the movies that made me get out the wallet instantly and say, oh yes, we are buying that. Pre-order, baby. Let's do it. And that starts off, the first one is maybe one of my favorites. Like, these aren't really in any kind of order, but one of my favorites so far is Inner Space. It's inspired so much to me this year. 1987, Joe Dante, Steven Spielberg presenting, Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan, Sci-Fi. And, you know, when Arrow announced this 4K right here, which is incredible. This is an incredible 4K, a great box set. You got to love an Arrow chunky box. And when they announced this, I was excited. I hadn't seen it in probably 30 years. Like, since VHS rental days. I don't think I had even watched it since then. It hadn't come on TV where I'd seen it or anything. So I was excited to revisit it again. But somehow, the magic of having it, and I got it and I put it in, and the 4K is incredible, and it looks incredible, and it sounds incredible. And suddenly I was like a kid again watching this on a sleepover. And all that Joe Dante and Spielberg together magic is here. The colors in the restoration pop, the practical effects pop in a way they never have before. And this is a movie that got nominated for Oscars for practical effects. The 4K restoration here is out of sight. Just genuine example of the power and why I love physical media. Inner Space, maybe my favorite on the list. There's one or two others for specific reasons. But if I had to pick a top 5 out of this list that I have here, Inner Space is in it for all the right reasons. A great job by Arrow Video on Inner Space. And then the next one, the slot, we're going to be with Arrow here for just a minute. I'm going to tell you right now. The next one is Salem's Lot. And this is Tobe Hooper's TV miniseries. And let me tell you something about this one. This one is insane, the restoration that was done here. Now, I love this movie. I'm a big Stephen King movie guy. I'm a big Stephen King book reader. All those things. And then you throw Tobe Hooper in this incredible artwork, in the incredible restoration. You have in here a multi-disc set. You're going to get, with this thing, you're going to get multiple cuts of the film. You can get it as one whole cut in pieces like the mini-series. You get some spooky artwork, a booklet, and of course, yeah, the thing of my nightmares right there, right? With the kid outside the window. If you follow me on this channel, I've talked about that ad nauseum. That terrified the crap out of me. And so does this poster. Like, I was messing with my son because he's not afraid of horror movies at all. Like, he'll literally go to sleep watching a horror movie. It affects him not at all. But I was like, why don't I hang this side of this poster up there? And he's like, maybe not that much. Because that thing is scary as all get out. And then, of course, the original. Look, honestly think that Salem's Lot by Arrow here and Inner Space, and there's one other by Arrow that I'm going to get to next, could be in the running for absolute 4K restorations of the year. Great films, incredible restorations, getting what they deserve. Salem's Lot, one of my favorites. I had been looking forward to that one for a long time. Arrow knocked it out of the park. Another one they knocked out of the park. Honestly think these three might be my top three. But this next one, like, I forgot how much I love this movie. And I know my buddy Brian over at The Last Movie Standing, he had never seen this movie right here. He blind bought it, and he's like, dude, I basically wasted my life not seeing this. And the 4K is just nutso for Under Siege. I've talked about this a couple times on the channel, not specifically the 4K restoration, but this one's back from the 1990s. So you got 90s here, 70s, 80s. So we got the three best decades of movies right here represented by Arrow Video. Steven Seagal is awesome. Erica Laniak jumping out of the cake in 4K magnificence. You've got Tommy Lee Jones hamming it up as a villain. Gary Busey cross-dressing as a villain. This thing is absolutely unhinged. Just Die Hard on a ship. It's so much fun. And the 4K looks and sounds next level. Like, I mean, I've seen this movie plenty of times. I hadn't seen it in years. This is one where the 4K looks so good that it just makes you somehow like the movie even more. And I hate to say that. I make that sounds weird. It's stupid. It's unbelievable. They don't give me anything to say that. It's just you appreciate the experience so much more watching it. The experience becomes next level watching it because it's so good. I mean, like, this is one I was talking to my buddies and Brian and Jason over from 4K Movie Mass 4K, and this is one I was like, you ever come up on Arrow release or release of your favorite movie that looks so good, you enjoyed the hell out of it so much, and you love everything about it, and you come up on it, even though you got it, you come out on it on the wild, you run up on it on sale at a really good price, and you like it so much, you had so much fun, you're tempted to buy a damn second one for some reason. That's what happened with Under Siege. I was like, that was so much fun. Like, do I just need a backup copy in case something happens? Under Siege was that. I don't know. I absolutely loved it. I've been going to want to watch it multiple times, and I'm like, you don't have time. You got to watch other stuff. It's that good. Now, another one I had not seen in forever, the 4K of Soldier is insane by Arrow. And of course, I'm a Kurt Russell sucker. I'm a mark for Kurt Russell. I barely remembered this movie. As I watched it, I was like, I remembered bits and pieces. So it had been a long time. The 4K is stand out. This is a different kind of movie for Kurt Russell. This is a fun little sci-fi movie. Love seeing it get this kind of work and attention and restoration. Just an awesome release by Arrow, one of my favorites of the year. Just kind of rediscovering films this way. All of these on this list are, as far as quality, you're talking demo to reference quality on all of the discs on this list. So that's going to kind of go without saying. But Soldier, a lot of fun, high recommend. All right, now you know this one had to be on the list. I'm a huge Arnold fan. I'm a huge Sword and Sorcery fan. I was pumped to get Red Sonja. Now, in full disclosure, I have the Studio Canal 4K of Red Sonja, and they are extremely similar. I know there was a lot of consternation back and forth and people using side-by-sides and stills. Listen, y'all, I did this for a living, a colorist, everything. There's very, very little difference between the two. There's very, very little difference. If somebody has a big color difference, it's from their TV, or they've manipulated it, or it's something with their upload and compression. There's just not that much of a difference. But they even use the same art. I don't care. I still love the Arrow release. It's still one of the most fun that I've had this year. I love the extras with it. You cannot beat an Arrow chunky box set. That Arrow has an awesome smell. to their paper and their printer. You got a poster in here, all the goodness. It's just a fun throwback to 80s. This is a movie my brother and I wore out watching as well, Red Sonja. And I know he's not Conan in here, but he might as well be. And this is just one that I love seeing Arrow chunky box of to go along with my Conan movies. So I was very happy to get this year, and it is extremely well done. All right, now we're finally off Arrow, and this next one's a movie that I've talked about several times lately, because I did a whole little couple of weeks on action movies, like 70s, 80s, 90s action movies. And don't worry, there's always going to be plenty of room for action movies on my channel. I just not going to tend to focus on big groups except for around Halloween and Christmas. We kind of focus content. I want to be free to do what I want when I want, talk about what kind of movies. But this particular 4K is basically what kicked off that action and whole Canon Films era of videos that I was doing. It's Ninja 3 Domination. And listen, this movie's absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. In the 4K, there's like no excuse for how good this 4K looks on a movie like this. It is just next level stupid how good this 4K looks. It sounds great, the colors, and I've seen this movie a lot. This whole Ninja series, they all are good. But it's this one that I always enjoyed the most, believe it or not, because it's so ridiculous. You have a power line worker who doubles as an aerobics instructor, and she gets a possessed sword of an evil ninja, and then she becomes possessed, so you've got a possession movie. It's very 80s. You got 80s neon lights all over the place. She's got neon signs in her room. She's teaching aerobics in 80s clothes. All of those kind of things. It's absolutely batshit crazy. But it is so much fun. It is ridiculous. Turn your brain off. Listen, she's getting repossessed by not only the sword, but it's coming through her arcade game that she has in her house and her boombox, and the sword's levitating. It's part Exorcist. And then you got Sho Kosugi showing up to like be the good guy. It's crazy. The 4K is incredible. And I'm hard on Kino sometimes. This one came out way better than it had any right to, and it's so much fun. Ninja 3 Domination. Canon Films. Canon Films. You'll get more Canon Films stuff from me. If you love Canon Films, check out those videos. Another one that came out this year that Risha and I watched, it was so much fun. It inspired a video too on old school practical effects and stuff. It is Dante's Peak. And I know there's another release of this by Turbine that I've heard maybe is even better. This looked and sounded pretty damn good, better than I have ever seen it. Now, I did not own the Blu-ray, in full disclosure. I only had the old DVD. But this was a fun watch, and it's just a high recommend of a movie. It's like, man, it's just a fun-ass movie. And a good-looking 4K, and you just have fun for the night. The scale, the miniatures, how they do the effects, all of that. It just sucked me right in. And, I mean, these are... It's not full of extra features because it's Kino. This is one of the things and I don't know about the Turbine release. I don't have it. If you guys tell me it's great, maybe I'll get it because I had so much fun watching this. We both watched it. It spurred a whole couple of videos for me. And, I mean, what more do you want? Like, something that gets your creativity flowing. It's that good. It's that much fun to watch. What more can you want from a movie experience? And that makes it one of my favorite physical media buys this year is Dante's Peak. And one more, a trifecta, if you will, from Kino Lorber with Stone Cold. And no, not that Stone Cold. Stone Cold that came before that Stone Cold. And that's the bottom line, because I'm telling you so. This is Brian Bosworth, the old NFL player, the old Oklahoma Sooner, crazy, linebacker. And this is classic B action movie energy, and it's another one. It shouldn't look this good. Like, we're waiting on movies, and we're finally going to get like Gone with the Wind, right? But we were waiting on movies like Gone with the Wind, and yet we get Stone Cold in 4K that is absolutely just gleamingly good, just ridiculously good is Stone Cold, and so much fun. And for all you, this has all the stuff you want from a B action movie, because it's got all the explosions, the fights, the muscles, bikers, beaches, naked women, women in bikinis, all that kind of stuff that you would expect from like 80s, 90s action cheese. And Kino Lorber rescuing this thing and putting it in damn Dolby Vision on 4K is just something that, you would have never expected back in the day, renting this from a dusty old, VHS. And it's such a fun, nostalgic ride. And I highly recommend Stone Cold if you have not seen it. It feels like it should fit in with Cannon Films. But it was not Canon. I cannot remember who made it. It doesn't really matter. It's that kind of style. That should tell you all you need to know about Stone Cold. 4K is great. Now, the next one is one that I've talked about on here, and we're going to go highbrow for just a second, because we are going over to the Criterion Collection. Yes, I have quite a collection over there. I was a film teacher, all that kind of stuff. I can go there. And we went there with A History of Violence, David Cronenberg. And this is, like one of the best American films, I think, of the 2000s. When you really watch it, it is that good. History of Violence is got Viggo Mortensen. He plays Tom Stahl, who is like a small shop diner owner who may not be who he says he is. Maria Bello is awesome in this. The 4K is outstanding. I mean, this one is approved by David Cronenberg. The 4K here, it's a 2-disc set. You get, I don't like the artwork, okay? I will say this artwork is not representative of the movie, and it's pretty bad. That's the biggest knock I've got on this, but this was a first-time watch for me, a blind buy, and man, I cannot sing its praises enough as a film, as a 4K. I love that it's part of the Criterion Collection. And listen, there's more Criterions. I just don't have that many Criterions from this year, because I usually only buy Criterions at the half-off sale in July and November. So I haven't got anything else really this year. But I did pick up History of Violence, and man, am I glad I did. I just sat there transfixed for like the 90-some-odd minutes this movie ran. I cannot recommend this enough as a physical media purchase, as a movie you should own, watch, incredible 4K. Check out A History of Violence from the Criterion Collection. Get a little highbrow on you there for just a minute. Now, the next one's going to surprise you, a little something different. Now, if you know me, this won't surprise you that much, because I'm a big Disney guy. Disney parks, classic Disney films. Walt Disney himself is one of my heroes, 100%. And Alice in Wonderland. Now, this 4K just came out, and holy gee willikers, does this thing look incredible. This has got to be one of the most painstaking restorations that Disney has ever done, because the colors look like they left Technicolor neon way back there somewhere, and they just look like they're pouring just like liquid color coming out of your television. And of course, that's kind of fitting for a kind of trippy film like Alice in Wonderland. Cannot recommend this enough. 1951, so it was shot, it had Technicolor, and because of that, I think that's what is allowing this thing to just pop to unreal levels. I mean, it is that good. It is that good. If you're a Disney fan, if you just want to see something that's going to show off your 4K system, your player, and your TV, go get Alice in Wonderland. It is crazy. I mean, the movie, we know all that. About it, it's kind of melancholy, magical, fantasy, kind of a little trippy, genuinely ahead of its time with a lot of what it does here. And the Mad Hatter, all of them alive in just colors that you have never seen. It's just, it feels like you're on a trip or something with the colors overtaking you. Make space on your shelf for this 4K, even if you are not a Disney or animation fan. Check it out to show off your system. That's how good Alice in Wonderland is. One of my favorites that I've got this year. All right, now we're going to move over to Scream Factory, Shout Studios. I'm going to use those interchangeable because they're the same company. One that I was waiting on forever The Devil's Advocate. It didn't disappoint. This is prestige 90s filmmaking. Al Pacino as the devil. Sorry if you think that's a spoiler, but it's kind of written all over the damn cover right here. He is walking around slithering with his tongue as he talks. You got Keanu Reeves giving a great performance with a kind of iffy, classic Southern lilt to his voice. He's got that going on in here. And you've got Charlize Theron. She gives a great performance in this. Lots of just creepy imagery getting sucked in. That sort of 90s thriller with a supernatural edge. And the 4K looks great. I've heard some people say that it wasn't that great. I don't know what they're looking at. I think it is really good. The cinematography in this is really good. Very interesting. I love the showdown at the end with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. This one is one that I was waiting on. I have the old Snapper Case DVD. I had never bought the Blu-ray. I was waiting. I knew the 4K was going to come. And of course, my favorite way to buy anymore is the 4K Blu-ray combo. There's a couple of companies that don't do that. Arrow, that's my biggest knock on Arrow. They should give the 4K and the Blu-ray together. I really 100% believe they should give the 4K and the Blu-ray together. The Blu-ray is a good redundancy backup. Doesn't tend to scratch as easy because of the coating. They're the same discs, y'all. It's just a size difference. But because of that size difference, there's a different kind of coating on some of them. And it can make, them a little bit more scratchable. But usually what happens with the 4K isn't that it's more scratchable overall. It's that any scratch in it is more sensitive to be picked up because there's so much information lost in that tiny scratch. Multiple times the information in the same amount of area as the Blu-ray. So a Blu-ray might get a scratch that's on a 25 gig or a 50 gig Blu-ray, and it doesn't lose as much information as a 4K, packing way more visual information into 100 gigabytes. So if you scratch it, you lose more info. That's why they seem like they scratch easier overall, though some are coated with coating that makes them a little more scratch prone. So I think everyone should give the 4K and Blu-ray. Shout does it. Kino Lorber does it. Vinegar Syndrome does it. Criterion does it. Arrow just doesn't, and they need to. But Devil's Advocate, I loved. And one more for Shout that was a blind buy for me this year, and I cannot recommend Hail Caesar enough. I had never seen it. It's a Coen Brothers film. It takes place in the golden era of Hollywood. Again, with the Michael Eisner quote that I think I said wrong on my last video when he dedicated Hollywood Studios at Disney World. He said, "This is dedicated to the Hollywood that never was, but always will be." And that is what he means by that, is that conjuring of the images of the golden age of the prestige and the glamour and the glitz and all of the magic of Hollywood that we conjure up, that is this image of it. That's captured in Hail Caesar. And the 4K is so incredible. You see Hollywood, the period piece of it. It just is outstanding. The cast is loaded. But Josh Brolin steals the show in this thing. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care that Clooney's in here, Scarlett Johansson's in here, Tilda Swinton, Frances McDormand. I don't care who is in this movie. This is a Josh Brolin movie, and he is awesome in it. And my boy Brian over at The Last Movie Standing said, "Chase, buy the movie, you'll like the movie." Boy, was he right. He was absolutely right. And the 4K just set it off even more. Great job by Shout Studios, a Shout Select. Hail Caesar, high recommend. And I just got a couple more for you. We're going to go over to Vinegar Syndrome and their Cinematograph line. Cinematograph line. And Married with the Mob. And this one has a hell of a cast in this too, because you got Matthew Modine, who they got back in this to do some extra features. And you've got, gosh, I just totally blanked on her name, y'all. Michelle Pfeiffer. I'll get there in a minute. It's been a while since I've just done a physical media one. And she plays a mob widow trying to get on with life. But, lots of things happen. You got a lot of crazy things happening. And if you're not familiar with the Cinematograph line, they've got them in these like digipacks with the books and a multiple disc set right here. and it is worth it. Like, I had not seen this movie in forever, and Dean Stockwell gets like kind of obsessed with her. It's simultaneously very funny film. It's got serious tones. It has a little tonal whiplash. It's a very different kind of movie, and one that honestly, if I wasn't a Vinegar Syndrome subscriber who got a discount, I may not have bought, and I think I would regret not buying it, because the 4K looks awesome and the movie is fun, different, good. Nothing like this gets made anymore. Married to the Mob, fun, high recommend. You can still pick up the cinematograph here in the special edition, so I would recommend that. But listen, y'all, my favorite two of the year are my next two, my last, well, I've actually got three, but my next two are both from Vinegar Syndrome, and they're my favorites of the year. One of them I talked about a lot, and then Vinegar Syndrome, both of these I actually talked about a lot. One of them is Demon Warp. They put this out on 4K. This has Oscar winner George Kennedy in this movie. Yes, Demon Warp has a damn Oscar winner in it, and the 4K is Vinegar Syndrome 4K, y'all. They made their bones in film restoration. That's what they do. These things are second to none when they do them. Of course, their slip covers are legendary. You're going to get the 4K and the Blu-ray. It's beautiful, way better than it has any right to be. This movie is like a creature feature, ghost movie, remote cabin, almost a cryptid movie with a Bigfoot deep. Like, this movie is very, very different, and I don't want to be like, it'd be kind of hard to spoil the movie because it's just absolutely insane, but great practical creature effects. They shine in the 4K. High recommend. The Vinegar Syndrome recommendations and the cinematograph are my main recommendations of the year from Vinegar Syndrome. Demon Warp, just an insane fun old school 80s time of a horror movie. Check it out. But my favorite one is Mutant, and this is Wings Hauser, and I love, if you follow me, you know I love small town creepy atmosphere horror, like not just so much in your face all the time, and not depression or anything like that, but just kind of like the mood and the atmosphere and the mystery, supernatural mystery of what's happening. You get all that in Mutant with Wings Hauser, and it's like a small southern town, southern vibes. Cool artwork on this. The 4K is outstanding, y'all. I mean, it's Vinegar Syndrome, but this movie's fun. If you enjoy that kind of like small town creep factor, what's going on, which is going to be on my number one or my last one of the year here, Mutant, high recommend, 4K. You can grab this. Grab it before that awesome cover art sells out for Mutant. And finally, we have come down to Derry, Maine. And yes, we have Welcome to Derry, the full season here, full first season on 4K. And listen, this is a multi-disc steelbook here, and I cannot recommend this enough. Listen, I reviewed the first episode, I believe, maybe episode or two on the channel, which is something I don't normally do. If you follow me, you know it is one of my favorite horror movies, like top 3 of all time, the 1990 series, and I read the book It at least once a year or listen to it on Audible. I absolutely love it, and I was a little standoffish to start with. It takes a couple episodes to get into it, really, here. But man, when it does, it connects so many dots to the bigger, overwhelming lore of the Stephen King universe, his macroverse, his Finnies, whatever you want to say. Any of his stuff is pulled in here. Hell, you even have ties to The Shining and other films in here. The way they did this, I've heard some people say it's not based on the book. That's not actually true. They take pieces from the interludes. If you read the book, they take pieces out of the interludes in the book, between the book chapters, and they make the story. They fill in the gaps between what happened. And listen, it looked good when it aired. I haven't watched the whole series yet on 4K, but I have put the 4K in to check it out. First of all, it sounds way better on 4K than it did on the streaming, like light years better. But the picture is better too, and you've got extended scenes and extras, all that. Me and my son are going to watch this again. He's a big fan too, and it is a super high recommend, and they all float down here. You got to get Derry. It is a very exciting one that I picked up this year. I was super excited. I want to support releases like that coming off of streaming. Now, I'm very excited to get Stranger Things on 4K as well. I pre-ordered that, but obviously I don't have it yet, so it can't be on this list. But I'll be very excited to have it, even though all the seasons weren't my favorite. But that's what I've been buying this year. There's definitely others. I got the whole Ninja series and things like that. There's definitely others, but these are the best 4Ks and the most meaningful ones, the ones that I have loved the most so far. And as we pass 50,000 subscribers, I wanted to bring it back to physical media for just a minute. Now, if you like this kind of stuff, whether it's Inner Space making you feel like you're 10 years old again renting a VHS, or Criterion giving you the highbrow film student kind of feel, or whether you're getting some kind of lost gem from Vinegar Syndrome, or you're getting something that you would have rented on a Friday night from Scream Factory putting that out, or Arrow putting that out. I really associate them and Kino Lorber with stuff that I really would have found in the video rental stores back in the day. Whether it's any of that stuff, or you just want to watch, you know, Dante's Peak and see stuff get blown up by a volcano, it's all here, and they're very good, very different films, so much fun. I dive into all this stuff much deeper on my Patreon. Now you get to see me over there right now. I know for sure I've got the Ninja 3 Domination and History of Violence and several other reviews over there. That's the kind of stuff. And I'm not just like trying to pitch it. I just move it over there. It keeps it where people who want to see it, and we have fun over there without getting too much caught up in the drama of who released what and is the 4K. You know, this person said the 4K was good, this person said it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. I have my opinion over there. We get to share it, talk about it, and deep dive and do hauls and hang out with me shopping for them and finding stuff in the wild. And all of that is available over there. It's like $1 or $2 a month, I think, if you want to get in it. And if you really want to stay up with me when it comes to that stuff, that's the place to do it. Of course, I will always, if something huge breaks like it did with Stranger Things, you'll probably get me talking about it here, because I just love movies, and physical media is a huge part of that, and it's been a huge part of this channel. It got us kicked off, but now we are passing 50,000, and the sky is the limit. And thank you all for being here to go along with me on this ride. It is you and your support that make this possible, and I cannot thank you enough. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.